This is Sir George, and this is Lady Eleanor, the two ragdoll cats that run my life, and today we're chit-chatting about what I've been feeding them this May. For starters, I want to make it clear I am not a vet or a feline nutritionist, and this is not professional advice. I'm just a girl trying to feed her cats the best she can with the budget she's got. I may be a genius, or I may be a total quack. We don't know. So strap yourself in, Sally. Let's get started. A little background on my cats to provide context. Sir George and Lady Eleanor both weigh 12 to 13 pounds. They're almost 2 years old. In fact, George turns 2 next week. Woot woot! And they've been neutered and spayed. I know they look fat because of their floof, but they have a healthy body condition, so I'm at a point where I just want to maintain their weight. I aim for around 300 calories per day, broken up into 3 meals and sometimes a little snack. I'm cool if I go a little under or a little over. My philosophy on feeding, if you want to call it that, is honor your cat's natural diet in a way that's sustainable for you. So for me, that means trying to stick to a nutritional profile consistent with what a cat in the wild might eat, but without breaking the bank. I'm all about mixing high quality food with budget-friendly options. One of the things I've learned is that there's no one perfect food, except for macaroni and cheese if you're a human. So by rotating in different options, I can minimize overexposure to any ingredients I'm not crazy about. It might sound excessive, but I rotate my food monthly and serve 3 different kinds of food daily. Sir George and Lady Eleanor get bored of food really quickly, so this has helped prevent them from entirely rejecting a food. Other benefits to frequent rotation are that it gives them nutritional variety and makes sure they don't get fixated on a specific product that may one day be recalled, go out of stock, have formulation changes, yada yada. Looping back into the nutritional profile I look for. Cats are obligate carnivores that require a lot of protein and have very little need for carbs, so that's what I aim for in their food. I don't always get it perfect, but for macros, I usually look for foods that are greater than 45% protein, less than 40% fat, and less than 13% carbs on a dry matter basis. Cats in the wild eat a moisture-rich diet, and house cats in general are notorious for not drinking much water, so I primarily feed Sir George and Lady Eleanor wet food. I also just really want to avoid any urinary complications in the future, and while it isn't a guarantee, keeping hydrated with wet food can help long term. So with each meal, I've included an estimated breakdown of the nutrients on a dry matter basis that highlights the protein, fat, and carbs of each food. I've lumped fiber and ash minerals into the other category, and I've also listed the primary ingredients without minerals and supplements so you can get a clearer picture of what's in it. Congrats, you've stuck in there with me and you've made it to the first meal. We're starting off with Nulo Freestyle beef and lamb pate recipe. They each get half of a 5.5 ounce can. I'm a huge Nulo fan. The flavors that come in large cans are really well priced and you get great quality ingredients. I feed Nulo pretty much every month. The only thing I don't love about it is that it has fish in it. I try to avoid fish in my food as much as I can, but I figured since it's not primarily fish based and they get it once a day, I could maybe get away with it. Let me know what you think. So this will be our most complicated meal of the day because I add in a few goodies. These are probiotics from Adored Beast Apothecary. They just help with the gut microbiome, fancy buzzword, and help make our monthly food rotations go more smoothly. Next is a Hairball supplement. Look, Hairball season has been brutal this year and these came highly recommended. To be real with you, I have no clue if it actually works. Sir George still had 3 hairballs and Lady Eleanor had 1 after we started it, but the cats think they're a tasty treat, so I'll finish out the bottle. They each get 1 tablet twice a day. Because we still had hairballs, next is quail egg yolk, another attempt at minimizing hairballs. Again, no clue if it actually works. I'll keep you posted. I will say that these little yolks and the container they come in are so cute, I almost want to eat them myself. And I don't even like eggs. Is this the start of the descent into cat lady madness that the middle-aged men in my comments are so fearful of? Probably. Do I care? I'm not sure. Lastly, I'll top off with a little bit of crumbled freeze-dried chicken. These ones are from Purebites. I add the topper on this one just because Sir George and Lady Eleanor go feral for it, and I really want to make sure they eat all their food since this is the meal with the probiotics in it. Like I said, overall, I'm a fan of Nulo. High protein, low carbs. The lamb adds some fun variety. I wouldn't say this flavor is my cat's favorite. Lady Eleanor seems to like it more than Sir George does, but it gets the job done. Meal 2. I promised things would get easier, and here we are. Fancy Feast Classic Tender Chicken and Beef Feast Paté. Both cats each get one 3-ounce can. This is an example of a budget wet food that I really love. The nutritional profile meets my goals, and Sir George and Lady Eleanor go bananas for it. In general, I think most of the classic Fancy Feast pâtés are great. Some of the new formulations have fish in them, so if you're like me and trying to cut down on fish, it's something to keep an eye on. But this flavor is fish-free. It does have unnamed meat byproducts and artificial flavors that I don't love, but it's not a deal breaker for me since we balance it out with other higher quality ingredients throughout the day. Last meal is Hound and Gatos chicken and liver recipe. Hound and Gatos is actually a brand I did a partnership with on Instagram last year, and I really like a lot of their foods, so I continue to buy them. One thing about me is I'll only work with brands that I actually use and love. No sense in putting Sir George and Lady Eleanor through something that isn't good for them. They are my children. Anyway, they each get half of a 5.5 ounce can. Some of the Hound and Gatos flavors can get pricey, but I'd consider this one to be moderately priced. More Hairball supplements, the second tablet of the Vet's Best, and another half of a Yolk each. One of the things I love about Hound and Gatos is that it's a limited ingredient food, so it's great when my cats are having tummy issues and I need to simplify things. Some of the recipes like this one are a little higher in fat than I would normally like, but again, beauty of a food rotation is that it's not a deal breaker for me if my macros are a little off for one meal. So that's it for this month. We'll have a whole new food rotation next month, so stick around. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. Toodles!